Hi friends, Eric Quezada here. Welcome to or back to my channel. It depends where you're coming from. For today's video, we're going to be talking about the Beautopsy palette by Mr. Hindash. And let's get into it. First things first, this thing, $70. This is going to be a review. I know I did like a introduction to the palette. That's just because I had my whole face done and it got there right after I finished. So this is the video. This palette is $70. This packaging is like, I want to say it's like fancy cardboard. Like I've never felt cardboard feel so luxurious before. And this is what the palette looks like. Let me insert a little video here that way you guys can check it out. This is before I swatched or anything. So let me show ya. Here we have tan lines, wet paint, Wonder Boy, Feel Real, Love Kills, and then Intrafatum. So those are all the shades. And then, yeah, let's get into it. So, for my base, I have this Neon Survival 30 as my primer. And then for my foundation, I'm using the Wet n Wild Caramel. It's a little dark for me, but we're going with that. We're going with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. All of these are like, I know they work because they're freaking bomb. So that's what I'm testing out with these. And then I ended up setting everything with the Huda Beauty setting powder. This is the best powder ever. Try to convince me you're wrong. So let's get into it. I made a little list of like things I can use this palette for. So I was like, okay. We got a brightener. You could brighten the inner corner, different parts of the face. It's like a highlight. And then we have for brows. He said you could use it for brows, so we're going to test. We have eyes, blush, contour, bronzer, and lips. So I'm going to do all that. This is going to be like intense review. This is Hindash's Beautopsy Pressed Pigment Palette with the contents made in Italy, 100% vegan, and are assembled in China. They have a 24-month shelf life, and it's 24 grams for anyone wondering. So, let's get started. I made the little numbers on my little sheet of like where, like what order to do them in. So I was gonna do brows with my Anastasia brow pencil, but I was like, perfect time to set up this palette, you know, for success. Hold on, let me grab my brush. I've been doing my brows with the pencil. So for my brows, I'm gonna go in with this, oh my god, it's rubbing off. This is the Morphe E29. I think it's like my favorite brow brush because it's like kind of fat, but not too skinny, not too fat. And so this is what we're gonna do. Give it a little comb through. That way at least all the brows are facing in one order. And something that I've been doing lately is kind of like only filling in the, like drawing a line on the top, and I usually just sharpen the edges and that's it. So I think for this, because this is gonna create like a perfect ash tone, I think I'm gonna mix maybe this one and this one. Let's try it. So I'm gonna mix this brown with this gray. Let's see. Oh my god, I forgot that these are like super buildable, so it's not gonna be like super pigmented. Oh, I think we're getting there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's actually a really good color. I think I want a little darker, so I'm going to go into the middle of the brown and black. And then I need a mirror. A mirror. Okay, so okay, so it's looking a little too like red because I went with that brown, so I'm actually gonna go in with more of the gray and that light brown on Feel and Real. Okay, I think that's helping a little bit more. Okay, I'm gonna go into more Feel. Yeah, that's way nicer as a brow color. And then I'm gonna go into Wonder, Intrafatum, and then go right here towards the end. I really like defining right here. I just feel like it adds structure to my brow without adding a lot. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go into Feel Real right in the middle of those two. Mix it around. And then just do the top. Go at the end. I like to like do like that because then I see like how if these two eyebrows are like on the same level, because this one usually gets lower, so when I do this it helps me see where they are. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into Real and then the middle Intrafatum, and then I'm just gonna draw a darker line out here. Okay, so far looks good, and then I'm actually gonna go in with the middle of Feel Real and Intrafatum, and then I'm actually gonna just stamp wherever I have spots, so like there, here. I'm not gonna like really fill them in, I'm just gonna stamp like that. I just want my brows to look filled without like filling in all of them. Just like the little sparse areas. Like so far that looks good. Like I feel like it filled it out really nice. Because I feel like YouTube just shows like too much of like overfilling. Like this one's filled really nice. It's only this one that has more gaps. So I'll just like fill them in slightly. Like that. Okay. So I usually keep my brows like this. They're not like super well defined. They're kind of just like regular brows. So now that that's done, let's go in. Okay, so brows are done. Checklist. Then we're gonna go in with contour. This is where it gets scary because I actually do not contour that much, so I really am not the best at this. But I just wanted to test out all the colors just to see. Oh God. Okay, so yes, like I was saying, I'm gonna do contour, but I'm not the best at it. So, I know for contour you have to go on like something kind of small. So, I'm gonna go in with this KVD number 2 brush. It's like a slanted little puff. And then I'm basically gonna use the same shade that I used for my brows, which is gonna be the middle of these two. And something that I saw people doing is when they do this, like they're tapping it in, I feel like only the top is touching the brown and the bottom is touching the gray. So I'll actually flip it so you actually get both. You know what I mean? And I flip it back and then tap it off. That way it's like a nice mixture, because I feel like if you just tap it in, it's going to look weird. So I'm just going to stamp it. Oh, it's actually kind of nice. I don't know how to do it. I know these powders are supposed to be buildable, so I'm just gonna... I feel like I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll blend it out with bronzer after. Like, that looks good. And just pull it up a little bit. Looks good, looks good. And it's cool because if you ever want to add like more warmth, like you could go into this, or you can just go on the brown side and then just really tap it on. So I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go into these two, go like that, tap it off, and then just adding it there. The way I like to see it is like where this. Yeah, that's like a good line. And I'm just starting in the back and I'm pulling forward. It's a good one. It's a good line. Okay. And then I'm just really going to pull it up because I feel like it's going to make that cheekbone look nicer. Just do that. Okay. That's as much contouring as I'm going to do. But that looks really nice, actually. Let me see if I can blend it out with something else. So I'm going to grab this Morphe E52 brush, and I'm just going to kind of stamp it, just because that way it blends the top a little more. I don't want to swipe because I don't want it to like disrupt my foundation underneath, so I'm just going to tap. Okay. Looks good, looks good. See, I'm just not a fan of like contour because like my skin complexion is so warm that I feel just like it just looks so ashy, you know? Like on camera it looks good. Let me try it under my chin. Because I feel like when I do that, oh, it's my chin. So let's do that. Let's see how that looks. So I'm going to go into both of them again. Back and forth, and then just pull out my chin. Oh, that looks good. Good. But I'm actually only going to go into the feel part, which is like the brown part, just to go on top of it. See, I'm not even doing it anymore, and it's like already creating a shadow. Looks so good. Let's do it on this side too. So I'm gonna go into Feel Real, tap it off. I feel like I can't really see. So far it looks good. I like it. Okay, so now that we have contour done, we're gonna go in with our bronzer. And for bronzer, I like to use something like this. It's like this, so it's like pinched sideways, and then like that, it's like kind of fat. This is the Ulta collaboration with Marvel. This is their WandaVision one, and I really have been loving these brushes. I've been using them recently, and I actually don't even know what to go into because this looks too light and this looks too dark. So I'm gonna tap intra and feel, intra and feel, intra and feel, because I feel like it's like a warm bronzer. So let's like try it on the back of my hand. It's actually pretty good. It looks a little warm, so I'm actually gonna go into intra and then feel like a lot, and then intra and then feel, because like I feel like that's gonna be a little less red, because intrum is like a really red brown. So intrum and then feel, intrum and feel. I feel like this palette is like tough. Like it's like cool though, because like it lets you like test things, you know. So I'm just gonna brush upwards, like on the edge of the contour. I'm gonna just put that bronzer there and then just kind of blend upwards. Sweep, sweep, sweep. I use a little, I love doing this trick. I'll get like a warmer shade of concealer and I'll dot that here before I do my foundation, so it really peeks through and it looks so nice and natural. That way you don't have to add that much powder bronzer to it. Yeah. Like that looks good. Okay. So far it looks good. I like it. Let's see. Wow, that actually looks better than I thought it was gonna look. Yeah, so I don't know if I said this already, but he made these to be like, he works in like layers, so he goes like really thin and then he like builds up his intensity over time. And I feel like a lot of companies nowadays are not doing that. And it kind of sucks because some of these products are just like, bam. Especially face products. Oh, and this is a pressed pigment palette. I don't know if you guys knew that already. So now we're going to go on this side. Just do the same thing. Start at the line, the top line of the contour, and then go upwards. Just slightly. You don't want to go too close. So just up, up, and up, and up. I like to warm up my cheeks a little bit. So up, and up, and up, and up. Up, and up, and up, and up. The only downside to, I think, like using something like this for like a face powder, but it's like good and bad because I don't think you can ever get the same shade. Like you have to keep going back and forth and being like, oh my god, how many dips did I use, kind of thing. That's the only thing I'm thinking about right now. I'm like for me, I was like, okay, I did 2 dips of this, 3 dips of this. That's my ratio. So it's kind of like you're cooking at the same time. Okay, so, oh my god, and the mirror is like so good in here. It's like, wow. Okay, so far so good. I like that. It looks really nice. I'm gonna go on a little more of that dark chocolate intrafadum and feel, and then hit it here. Okay, do it again. Oh, I can never do my head. Just right there. And you want to go a little up. That way it looks like your chin is more sharp than it is. And then go here. You know what? I actually bought this sharp brush at Michael's craft store so I can contour. So let's see if I can do that. I'm going to go in the middle of these two. Turn around. Okay. Top it off. And then oh jeez, a little too sharp. That looks so good. Wow. Wow. I don't even know how to blend this out. I'm gonna use my bronzer shade and then kind of like just blend it out a little bit. Wow. That looks good. Let me try it on this side actually. Okay, go into cool tone brown and gray and then mix together. And then just I feel like this would be better for creams, but I forgot. That's why we're testing this palette. And then just blending the edges. Okay. So now we have bronzer done. Okay, bronzer done. Now we're gonna go on to brightener. And what I mean by brightener is like a matte highlight essentially. So we're gonna take the top two shades, like these two. I don't even know what to call them. Like the rose, the rose, I guess. And we're just gonna grab the brush that I use for my setting powder, which is the KVD number 25. And I'm actually gonna go into a mixture of wet paint. This is like a beige, and then like a banana yellow. So a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Top it off. And then I'm just gonna go in that inner corner. Okay. Okay, that is pretty bright. Can you guys tell the difference? It looks crazy. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. You know what I wonder is if you can actually set your whole face with this. You know what I mean? Like, I doubt it, but maybe. I'm actually gonna go. I actually love doing this. Where is it? This is the Morphe E62. It's kind of like used for nose contour, but I actually do not contour my nose because I have a fat schnoz and I'm not trying to. It just looks like a hot mess. So I actually do like a reverse contour where I use light to trick the eye, fool the eye, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna go into these two, just like a, I don't know, mixture. For a second I was like, this one looks like one shade, but it's like kind of hard to see honestly. Like they literally look like the same shade, but it's like a beige. So what I like to do is I'll get like a light shade and I'll actually put it on the bridge of the nose. And then just take it all the way down. Oh my god, that looks so good. Do you see how like... So like this is my foundation line and this is concealer and I put concealer here. And then I put foundation and concealer. So it just like looks like the most natural contour ever. Just killing it. And then I like to brighten and beat my eyebrows. I'm usually covered by my hair, so I don't really mess with my forehead, but I'll just like tap it on there. So far it looks good. And then what I'll do is I'll actually grab like a brown shade. So I'm gonna go into Feel, the regular brown. Tap it on, pat on the back of my hand. Because I actually did this yesterday and I thought it looked so cute. So I'll go a little here, like that, just a little. And then I'll go right above it to create an illusion of like a button nose. And that's it. So I'll do this. Oh my god, yeah, it looks like that. That actually looks so cute. And I'll do that. And then, so it's like a little harsh, but when I go in with blush, it kind of just blends it together. It looks so cool. It honestly looks like an exclamation point. Like, okay, so Brightener is done. Ooh, you know what? You can actually even use this to like brighten your cheekbone. Let's try that. I was originally gonna go with a shimmer highlight, but let's just try it out to see. Because I know some people do like to go with a matte highlight. I personally like more shimmer. So what you can do is I will actually just like stamp this on my cheekbones to create just like a highlight. Can you see a difference? Like, here's the shadow, no shadow. So I'm gonna go in with wet and paint together, and then just blend, blend, blend. Okay. Gorgeous. Okay. You can even go under here and really like carve it out. Oh wow, that was so easy. Dude, this palette is crazy. It's so versatile. And then I actually do like to put some here to help contrast the bronzer / contour that we put there. Wow. That looks amazing. Killing it, Hindash. Killing it. Okay. So, wow, just everything is coming out so good. Okay, so the brightener is done. Now to go in with blush. Some good old blush. I'm gonna go in with this. This is the Kat Von D number 20 brush. This brush is literally the best for blush. It's like the most flimsy thing. Like, it's like, but it's like so, there's so many bristles in it. It like adds a perfect amount of like blush, but it like blends it at the same time. It's so good. So let's go in with, oh my god, I've wanted to try this shade ever since he revealed it. This shade is called Boy. It looks delicious. It's a peach. So I'm gonna go in with Boy. I'm actually gonna go back and forth. And then I usually try to apply this like a highlighter, like from where you would normally put your highlighter, and then I'll sweep it like this. Let's see. Wow, that's like the most beautiful natural color I've ever seen. That looks so good. Without being like obnoxious pink, you know? That's so good. Okay, I'm gonna go back and forth again, and then do this side. These powders are like laying so good on top of each other. Like, I feel like normally powders don't mix that well if you add too many, but this is looking phenomenal. Oh my god, you know what I'm gonna do? I was thinking of how to do my eyeshadow for this look, and I think I'm gonna go with like 90s Supermodel, where they do like the red and blow it out, and it just like mushes with their blush. And I think I'm gonna do that because I think that's gonna look stunning. So just like that on the temples. Okay. Wow, looks so good. Dude, this is like A beautiful blush. Killing it. Killing it. Okay. So, well, I actually want to add a little bit on my nose. I'm going to go in with Boy and Wonder, Boy and Wonder, Boy and Wonder. Tap it on. And then just go under the nose. Just a little bit. And then go on the bridge of the nose. Or not on the bridge, but on the sides. And it just like lets you add a little bit of color without making it look like a weird contour, you know? Like, I feel like that adds a lot of nice shape to my nose without being too like obnoxious. So let's go in with, okay, so blush is done. Let me mark that off. Okay, now let's go with eyes. I really don't know what to do. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, right? So I feel, oh my god, I haven't even gone in with these two. I've gone in with this for highlight, blush, contour brows. I haven't gone in with this, and I have kind of gone in with this. So I feel like I should incorporate this and this section and the black. Well, the black I'm actually going to use for a wing, because I saw him on his Instagram story spray, and that, like, I'm not gonna lie, it scared me a little bit, because at first I was like, that's gonna get hard pan, but he says it's fine, so we're gonna test it out here. So these two, and then a black wing liner. So I think I'm gonna do like an ombre. I'm gonna go white. But what's the next color after that? It's like a tan brown. So I'm gonna go white, and then tan brown, and then like a red, then orange, and then just like really intensify the orange over here. You know what I mean? So let's go in with the white first. I'm gonna prime my eyes with, let's go with this. So this is the concealer that I use. This is the L. And I'm just going to plop it right on there. Okay. I'm going to do this side. That's crazy. I did all this with one palette. I still can't believe it. I'm going to go in with my beauty blender and then just blend out the concealer really quick. And this concealer does dry like a little bit matte, so it's going to be nice. Oh my god, you know what? I can actually use this like tan shade to like set under my brow bone. I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna go in with that like nose brightener brush that we use, the E62, this one. And I'm gonna go into tan and wet, which is like the yellower one. That way like adds like a nice brightening. So I'm gonna put that right under the brow. Doing anything? I don't really know. Going with more. Maybe it'll look brighter when we're done with our look. But just like that, just a little bit. And then let's get into it. So let's go in with our white first. This is a Wayne Goss number 18. Oof, she's dusty. I'm gonna clean it off really quick because I think there was like something on it. Okay, I don't think there should be any more. No. Okay, so I'm gonna go with that straight white, which is called Lines. Tell me why for a second I was like, did that say linen? Okay, so I'm gonna basically just do it there. I want to see how bright this white can be. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Okay, so far it's like looking, that's white as hell. So then I'm just gonna pull it a little more, and then we're gonna go into we're gonna go into Kills, which is the red. And then for that one, I think I'm just gonna use the same brush because I feel like it's gonna be easier to like just use. It's like the Wingoss 18. I'm gonna wipe off the white and then I'm gonna go into the red. Just Kills. Yeah. And then just go on the lid with Kill. So I'm gonna leave the middle between the white and the red pretty alone right now because I want to see the red build up to like its full color opacity before I start blending these two. Because like I want that shade to get red, but we will see. I mean, it's a pretty shade. Okay. Now that that red is getting pretty red, I'm gonna start trying to like marry these two together. So I'm gonna get more of that white. And then try to go over and then a little bit of the red and then go over and then the white. Until I feel like these are trying to like mix really well. Okay. So far, so good. Okay, and then we're gonna start going in with the orange with the same brush. And then I'm just gonna start to like flare it out over here. I'm gonna grab Love, which is the orange one, and then pack it on over here. Okay, that's definitely brighter than the red. Wow, but it's like already blended, and I'm just trying to pack it on right now. That's crazy. Okay, let me use my blush brush and then grab the oranges and the pinks and just like really stamp it on here. Okay, it's giving a really good sunburnt moment right there, as you can see. Like versus this side, it's a little bit more pink than right here. I'm gonna grab a little more orange and then just really stamp it on there. Looks good, looks good. I'm gonna go more into the orange here and just really yank it out. And then I'm gonna grab more in the Kills shade, the red. And just go. Okay. Come. Go more into the red. And then just more orange, more peach, more orange, more peach, more orange, more peach. Just really. I like to create that, what I like to call the blush bracket, which is like that. Just really whip it around. Oh, that's so beautiful. Dude, these like things are blending out so well. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna finish this eye later. So right now we're gonna do the lips. For the lips, I actually added a little bit of Fenty's Stunna lip paint in Unbutton. It's like a peachy nude, and I applied it just to the center of my lips just to lighten it a little bit. So I think we should. Sometimes I like to line my lips, sometimes I don't. I want to do more of like a pink ombre out. So I'm actually gonna grab this brush that I like to use for my lips. This is a Morphe 456 brush, and we will be going into Boy, which is like the peachy pink, and then just go in the center. Okay, so it's gonna need a little bit more color, so I'm gonna go with Boy and Kills. So the Boy Killer, and then just go right on the lips. I like to start here, and then just really add some color. And then I'm actually gonna go above the Cupid's bow, and then down here. I actually like to go over my line. I like to really blend it out. It's like a very Korean thing to do, but I think it's like so flattering. Just go in with Boy, the peach, and I just really go along the edges. And I like keeping this part of my lip dark because it's already naturally dark. And then I'll just really, it makes my lips give more of a pout. Yeah, that's pretty. Okay, let me finish this eye and I will come back to give you the final results. Okay, so I'm back, finished with this eye, and now our last shade that we're going to use is going to be the black liner brush. Okay. So I'm going to go with this one. So, in the Instagram story that I saw Hindash using this, he was using Max Fix Plus, spraying it in the pan, dipping in his brush, and then drawing a liner. I don't know if I have that confidence as he does, so I'm actually going to do just a regular water because Max Fix Plus has like a bunch of other stuff in it, so. And I'm going to wet my brush, and I'm just going to dip it in like the smallest little corner. Like, let me show you. I'm going to dip it into like the smallest corner, like right here, just to see because I'm not trying to have that. I ain't trying to have that. So I'm going to spray my brush. This is just regular water, by the way. Okay, really soak it. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's pretty wet right now. Okay. Let's go into it. Okay. I saw him go into like the red one, and that like scared me. Well, it was kind of fun. It feels like watercolor. I'm just like gonna go back and forth. Okay, let's try it on my hand to see. Okay, so it's not as pigmented as I thought it was gonna be. Maybe I need like a better brush or something. Let's see. Okay, so it's not. It's like okay. It's not like super mega black like I thought. Oh, I think it has to dry a little bit. Oh yeah, now it's looking a little more pigmentado. Okay. So just, it's like kind of drying out, so I'm just gonna keep putting my brush back and forth. Let's see. Okay, so it's looking a little more opaque. Okay, so let's try it on one eye. I'm so nervous. So I like to do my liner there, and then we're just gonna okay, so far, I'm not gonna lie, pretty good. It's not the best, but if you're in a pinch, you can use it. I don't know, I just feel like he got his to be more opaque than mine. Maybe like it needs more water or something. I'm like so scared to like spray the palette because I feel like it's just gonna get everywhere. So I'm just gonna wet my palette a little bit more. That's so scary. Okay. I don't know, bro. I feel like this is more like watercolor and not like, I don't know, maybe when it dries up it's like more intense, but like do you see it's not like super black? I don't know, let me dry this off a little bit. Okay, so I think it definitely dries down like pretty black. It just looks like when it's wet, it's not like super black, so it's kind of like trickery, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna do this side. So I like to start here and then kind of like go down. I think I'm gonna wet a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like it's a better when it's wet and then it just kind of dries down like darker than what it looks like. So I'm gonna go in like pretty wet. Okay. like that. Ooh, that one's going a little high. Okay, so this one's a little more flat. This is the kind of wing I like, and I made this one a little too curved up, so there's that. Let's see if we can. This is like very like foxy. Let's make this one a little more straight out. Like that. So this is like a little more like straight, and this one's a little more like curvy. That way you can see the different effects it gives to your eyes. I personally like this one. I feel like this one looks, I like this look on guys, and I feel like I like this look on like, it gives you like, on like women, because I feel like it gives you more of like a feminine wing. And this one for guys, it just really makes you look like pretty like goth, and I like that look. Yeah, and it's cool because it actually looks like pretty, like it looks like a blendable black. Yeah, that looks really nice actually. See, it just looks like that, and then it dries up and it becomes like darker. You see that? Okay. Is there... I actually want to smoke out my bottom lash line with some brown. Let's go in with this brush. This is a Sonia G Builder Pro. I'm gonna clean it off really quick. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna go in with this intro shade, the deep chocolate brown. Okay, so that has like pretty good pigment. And then let's just go down here. I like to really do it here. Grab a little more. I feel like it adds a nice smoke. Okay. So far, killing it. Okay. And I think that was the last step. Let me add a little mascara. This is the roller lash from BFFS. And just... Okay. Alright. Ooh, let's apply gloss too. I'm going with the Pat McGrath Faux Real Lust Gloss. And then just right here, right in the center. Okay, so let's talk about my final thought. Alright, so let's actually go shade through shade because I feel like this palette is small enough to do that. So the first one is going to be Tan, which is the light brown. And yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good color. I feel like I'm a little too deep to use it as a transition, but you can use it if you are a little bit lighter enough. And then the white was actually pretty white. I didn't think it was going to be as white as it got. All these shades are pretty buildable, is what I can say from here. And then we got this beige and the yellow. Honestly, they kind of look the same, but they're both pretty nice for like brightening any area that you need to be brightened. And then the peach and the pink, I really liked, especially this side. I just feel like it gave the most natural flush without going too crazy, and I guess that's why this pink is there, is to really amplify it if you really need to. And then this one is like a brown and a gray. I feel like this one has the most versatility because you could use it in your eyebrows, eyeshadow, contour. I mean, it looks really nice, and I don't even know how to contour, so that should tell you something. And then we have the orange and the red one. The orange I really liked. Like, it's like pretty like pigmented, but like I feel like the red doesn't really have a lot. Like, I feel like they're like too similar, you know? But I understand this palette was made to use on the face, so maybe that's why he did it. But just a heads up that this one is not as red as like just straight red. Because like right now it's on the center, but it kind of blends together really well with the orange, so I can't really tell that it's red unless you like get up really close. And then this one was really good, had a really nice color to it. It's like a very good eyeshadow under the lash line, anything you would need it for. And this black was actually really good, especially with that whole liner moment. I feel like it had nice. That's like a good black right there. And the whole liner moment was actually pretty cool. I am going to be testing out the other ones like wet to see if they do the same thing. Because it just says they just go away. And they're like, yeah, it's good. Like the black one is going to be pretty good for whatever you want to do. I want to try a smoky eye with this black to see how really nice it builds up. But yeah, guys, so if I were to rate this, I would give this, I feel 8.5 or 9 out of 10, just because I don't understand this shade, and this red wasn't for my liking, but I don't understand what he wanted to do with the red. Maybe as a blush, but I don't know. I feel like I wish it was a little bit more, but yeah, this was a good palette. I like this row, that side, this one, that side, this one. So yeah, guys. And something that I forgot to mention was this mirror. Normally, either palette's mirrors are too small or too little. I feel like this one is a good like size to use, you know, for like your face, like that. Like especially when you're doing your eyes or do your lips. But I feel like some palettes, they're either too small where it's like, what's the point? Or they're too big where it's like, this palette is too heavy, so I'm not gonna do it. But I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 actually, just because I really like this. It's very like innovative. This whole like ombre thing was like the first time I've ever seen it like in this. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna be on TikTok a lot, so follow me there. It's ERICQUEZADA8, and then my Instagram is Eric Nerd. Everything will be down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Okay, love you guys.